是。哎，小心点。您好，这些飞弹可以打。
This morning, experts call for sustainable approaches to energy, security and environmental management through policy formulation. Commissioner for Transport appeals for closer cooperation between state government and police in fighting crime. Plus, militancy, federal government sets up committee to dialogue with Niger Delta Avengers. Details of these and more in our package. Top of the morning, and thanks for joining us on the news. I am Samuel Udofia. The wife of the state governor, Mrs. Martha Udomi-Manuel, has called on the PDP women leaders across the state to lead by example through upholding the tenets of transparency and accountability in their dealings with party members. Mrs. Udomi-Manuel made the call when women leaders, led by the PDP state women leader, Mrs. Mmemme Akpabio, paid her a solidarity visit at Government House. The governor's wife said, as leaders of the party, it is expedient that they see themselves as a change agent in their communities rather than act as demigods to the detriment of the party faithful. She stressed the need for unity and harmony among the women and advised them to close ranks and work together for the benefit of the party. While noting that their ascension to their respective posts was a call to serve, the First Lady urged the women leaders to ensure that party members in their domain are carried along in order to take the party to greater heights. The Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Welfare, Dr. Gloria Edet, congratulated the state women leader and the chapter women leaders on their elections, urging them to lead by example. Dr. Edet advised the PDP women leaders to see their elevation as an opportunity to contribute their quota to the party and urged them to remain loyal to the governor, who is the leader of the party in the state. Earlier, the newly elected PDP state women leader, Mrs. Mmemme Akpabio, on behalf of the women leaders, appreciated the governor's wife for her support to the women, stating that within the past 1 year, she has done a lot for women in the state. The women leaders said their visit was to show gratitude to Governor Udomi-Manuel and wife Martha, describing them as God sent. She pledged the group's loyalty and support to the administration. The Commissioner for Transport, Dr. Godwin Tugude, has called for closer cooperation between the state government and the State Police Command in order to rid the state of crime and acts of criminality. Dr. Ntugude made the plea when he called on the State Commissioner of Police, Motola Mani, at the State Police Headquarters, Igodakwalabia. Eyano Paul says the Commissioner for Transport was in the State Police Headquarters to discuss the ban on the use of motorcycles in designated areas of the state capital. High report.
Dr. Godwin Tugude told the Commissioner of Police that the state government banned the use of motorcycles a few years ago because some unscrupulous persons were using it to perpetrate crimes within the state. The ban, according to the Commissioner, was restricted to the Uyo capital city. He said information reaching the Ministry of Transport says that owners of motorcycles are now flouting the ban and are freely seen all over the capital city. The commissioner said the resurfacing of motorcycles has come with crimes such as bank robbery, snatching of bags, and other criminal activities in the capital city, and pleaded with the police bars to intervene immediately. He made a case against illegal touting by some commercial drivers and the illegal task force, saying that these activities are alleged being assisted by the police, who compromise with the persons involved in illegal activities. Dr. Ntogude, however, appreciated the Commissioner of Police for his patriotism and the support the Ministry of Transport as well as the state has enjoyed since his assumption of duty. He also commended the neatness of the state police headquarters.
Unfortunately now, the motorcycle owners, new ones, have infiltrated New York capital city environment. It looks like they have believed that there is no government. We would like to see how all of us can work towards ensuring the coming to be of the character of the government in everything and in every nooks and cranny in Akwa Ibom State.
Responding, the Commissioner of Police, Mr. Mutala Mani, thanked Dr. Ntogude for the concern he has for the state. Mr. Mani told Dr. Ntogude that his men have commenced full implementation of the ban and the use of motorcycles within the Uyo capital city and promised to bring the culprit to book.
In almost all the states I know, you find that directly or indirectly there is bar on operation of these motorcycle riders, and it's purely hinged on security issue, which I believe Akwa Ibom cannot be an exception. I'm assuring the Honorable Commissioner and your team that we will definitely make sure that we nip them at the bud and make sure that this unhealthy practice is no more in practice.
The Commissioner of Police presented Dr. Ntogude with a souvenir. Iyage Nopo reporting.
The bill Achieving Environmental Sustainability, Inclusive Growth and Competitiveness in the 21st Century was the theme of the 2016 University of Uyo Faculty of Environmental Studies International Conference. The one-day conference held at the Bath Ebong Lecture Theatre, University of Uyo Town Campus Annex. Etienne Oibanga has more.
The conference examined the sustainability, inclusive growth and competitiveness alongside shifts and reversals in achieving environmental development goals in a synergistic relationship. It afforded an opportunity for stakeholders to present papers and discuss on various disciplines centered on sustainable management of environment. Declaring the conference open, the Vice Chancellor, University of Uyo, Professor Enefe Osien, described the gathering as an avenue for exchange of ideas by scholars who love the built environment. Professor Osien expressed optimism that issues discussed would contribute to scholarship and assist universities, government, and other corporate organizations to situate problems and evaluate their contributions to environment and management.
We have to think of some ways to make the environment very sustainable in view of its importance to us. It is, I hope that as you come to the state, we should all rise and shine and put all hands together to ensure the environment is preserved for all, is made better for all.
Welcoming participants, the Dean Faculty of Environmental Studies, University of Uyo, Professor Joseph Uyanga, said that environmental planning and management pose significant challenges to all stakeholders and professionals in the built environment.
This conference will provide a veritable platform for comprehensive discussion of the roles of the professionals in the built environment.
In a keynote address, the Executive Director and country's Human Resources Manager, Mobile Producing Nigeria Unlimited, Mr. Dominoyo, noted that in spite of numerous challenges in Africa against the belt environment, issues of development are taking a more global turn as stakeholders view the belt environment. Mr. Noyo was represented by the General Manager, Safety, Health and Environment, ExxonMobil, Mrs. Caroline Antai, called for sustainable approaches to energy, security and environmental management through policy formulation.
With good governance, many will enjoy better living standards, better jobs, health care and education.
Professor Eme Ikpo of the Bafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, a lead paper presenter, stressed the need for all to rise and serve the environment in the interest of human development. Some of the participants
together so that they can come and rub minds and see how we can sustain the environment for the now and the future.
I believe that after the conference we are going to have fruitful deliberation and we'll come up with policies that can help us within and even within this state and in Nigeria.
I believe that with all things being equal and if the situation in the country is kind of allowing, and I think many more of this shall be seen.
Etienne Ibanga reporting.
You're watching AKBC TV News AM. Let's take a break. You're still watching the news, and I'm Samuel Udofia. The Police Service Commission has commenced the recruitment of more qualified hands into the Nigeria Police Force. Large numbers of job seekers trooped to the State Police Headquarters, Ikorobanabia, for the exercise, with vendors and service providers also seizing the opportunity to transact brisk business. Samuel Ayara has more.
The sea of job seekers at the State Police Headquarters and adjoining streets brought home the level of unemployment in the country as police officers had their hands full containing the crowd. Thousands of applicants were cited scrambling to check the list of candidates for their names, while others went about regularizing their credentials in preparation for the exercise. Some of the applicants expressed their optimism with the exercise and stated their resolve to start a career in the police force if employed.
Those ones that have not seen their names online, they are checking their names somewhere there, and the information reaching us is that they are going to recruit the ASPs today.
Still waiting for the commissioner to make a comment so that we can go for.
You know, due to the scarcity of jobs, people are looking for work everywhere. I pray that I should be one of them.
My dream was the dream work that I wanted to do with this police force, and I like it because of their functions.
Because I've so much admired Nigerian police ever since I was young, and I also want to help my country in fighting crime.
Others also expressed their misgivings on the exercise as they registered several complaints.
Right here, they can't even see their name, and their name has not been shown. Several things are like, even here they have now, they can't even get job, they can't even get their name where you can get it.
People don't give access to the less privileged. Where you have a man is where you have access.
Vendors and commercial service providers were on hand to render services ranging from photography, photocopying, sales of food, drinks and snacks, as they observed that the exercise has boosted their sales. At the Gospel Akpabio Hall of the Police Headquarters, officials of the Police Service Commission were seen taking applicants who were successful at the preliminary stages through the process of assessing their height, physical and medical fitness, as well as citing the validity of their credentials. Meanwhile, in keeping with the mandate of the State Police Commissioner, Mr. Maurice Halomani, to rid the state of crime, one Mr. Godwin Edetokun was paraded before newsmen for his alleged involvement in cultism, possession of human skulls, and locally made firearms. Parading the suspect, the state police PRO, Cordelia Nwawe, narrated that since 2006, the police have been trailing the culprit, who is a 35-year-old native of a Fiat clan in Mbo local government, after the murder of a man at Adat Oil, in addition to several other offenses.
Fortunately for us, we have been able to find a particular man whose name is Godwin Edet Okon from Mbo. He's been able to confess to the 2006 crime of the late man who died in their custody, having been kidnapped. He said to the police command, he said he's the head of the confraternity that is named Debam Confraternity Bakara. Human skulls were actually discovered in that premises and locally made arms.
Okon is said to have confessed to the crimes and owned up to being the leader of a cult group and has made several useful confessions. Nwawe also reported that a kidnap gang in Kwadenin was on Sunday busted and their victim, a 60-year-old woman, Madam Adiara Summers, rescued, assuring that the police were still investigating the crime to ensure all those involved were arrested and prosecuted. Samuel Ayara reporting.
This month's jogging exercise for public servants in the state is scheduled to hold on Saturday, 11th June 2016 at the Unity Park, Ododoma Avenue, Uyo, by 6:30 in the morning. A statement from the Office of the Head of Civil Service directs all public servants to be part of the exercise tagged Jogging to Serve Better. And in our foreign news, the federal government has inaugurated a committee to negotiate with the Niger Delta Avengers, former U.S. First Lady Hillary Clinton on course to winning the Democratic Party presidential nomination. Mercy Akera tells us more.
Has announced the inauguration of a committee to negotiate with the militant group Niger Delta Avengers that has claimed responsibility for the destruction of oil and gas installations in the Niger Delta region. The committee, according to the Minister of State for Petroleum, Dr. Ibe Kachiku, will be coordinated by the Office of the National Security Advisor and includes Dr. Kachiku, the Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, Hussaini Uguru, as well as selected leaders, kings, and influential individuals from the Niger Delta. The Minister of State for Petroleum, Dr. Kachiku, said that about 600,000 barrels of oil has been lost daily over the last 2 months from the various attacks of militants in the area, adding that the country produces about 1.5 million barrels of crude oil a day against the 2.2 million barrels a day which the 2016 budget is based. The Food and Agricultural Organization, FAO, has added Nigeria to the list of countries currently in the need of international food assistance. The organization's recent report indicates that the drought in affected countries is linked to civil conflicts and El Niño, a global climate condition which is associated with a band of warm ocean water which causes global changes in both temperatures and rainfall pattern. Experts have projected a 26% drop in grain harvest this year due to the effects of El Niño. The number of countries currently in need of international food assistance, according to the FAO, now stands at 37 from the 34 countries recorded in March. The Northern States branch of the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, is demanding that the Kano State government make open the trial of the killers of Mrs. Bridget Agbahime, who was murdered by a mob at a market in Kano State. Mrs. Agbahime was lynched by the mob last week Thursday over allegations of blasphemy by a Muslim neighbor she had disagreements with. The Northern States branch of CAN has also said the Kano State government must act to ensure permanent halt to such issues. The Associated Press, AP, reports that the United States Democratic Party presidential candidate Hillary Clinton has already secured the number of delegates needed to win the Democratic Party nomination for president. Mrs. Clinton, who has not claimed victory after the AP announcement, said she still has work to do and hopes to win the primaries in California, South Dakota, Montana, New Mexico, and New Jersey.
I got to tell you, according to the news, we are on the brink of a historic, unprecedented moment. But we still have work to do, don't we?
On May 26, the Associated Press had also announced that Donald Trump had passed the number of delegates needed to secure the Republican Party's presidential nomination, with several of the superdelegates in the Democratic Party switching to the side of Mrs. Clinton. She has called on Bernie Sanders, her rival, to join her in defeating Mr. Trump. In Istanbul, Turkey, a bomb attack on a police bus has killed at least 11 persons, including 7 policemen, and wounded several others. The blast, which occurred during morning rush hour near the Istanbul University, is the 4th major bombing in Istanbul this year. Turkey's President Recep Erdogan, who visited victims in a hospital, said the attack is against humanity and cannot be forgiven. President Erdogan added that his government will continue to fight against terrorism tirelessly without giving up. There was no immediate claim of responsibility by any group.
You can also watch AKBC TV News online by logging on to akbconline.org or follow us on Twitter at AKBC45 or on Facebook at AKBC Channel 45. And now to end the news, the top stories. The built environment, achieving environmental sustainability, inclusive growth and competitiveness in the 21st century was a theme of the 2016 University of Uyo Faculty of Environmental Studies International Conference. At the one-day conference held at the Bath Ebong Lecture Theatre, University of Uyo Town Campus Annex, participants called for sustainable approaches to energy, security and environmental management through policy formulation. We also brought you a report that the Commissioner for Transport, Dr. Godwin Tugude, has appealed for closer cooperation between the state government and police in fighting crime. Dr. Tugude made the plea when he called on the State Commissioner of Police, Motola Mani, to discuss the ban on the use of motorcycles in designated areas of the state capital. That's our package. Thanks for watching and have a great Wednesday. Good morning.